everybody. Welcome. I can't hear you, but I'm hoping you can hear me. If you can't, or if at any point that becomes an issue, please message us in the chat feature. That way we can address any technical difficulties that we may overlook on our end. My name is Zach. I am the co-director for the Writing the Arts Month here at SLOC. This is our first event of the month, so we're kicking us off strong with some local artists and performers doing some original works. Really excited to be here. You'll be able to see Julie somewhere in here as well. She's my co-director. If Julie wants to say hi real quick.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Julie. So just a few housekeeping rules before we begin. If everyone, it looks like everyone is good on this end, but if everyone would feel so kind to mute themselves throughout the duration of this open mic. If you have any, snaps, claps, or cheers, feel free to share those in the chat as well so our performers can see all the love and support you guys are going to give them. Anything else, again, use a chat feature and we'll be able to make sure everything's great as well. You're welcome to turn on your camera if you want, as long as you stay muted. And I think that is enough from me. I want to introduce Matt Dembling, SLOC president. He's going to catch us up on a few current events, and then we'll get started.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Dembling. I am the current president of SLOC. Thank you, Zach. So I am really excited that during these challenging times, we're able to produce this kind of programming that's outside of what SLOC typically offers. And I want to give a huge thank you to Zach and Julie for organizing this event. And we encourage everyone to stay tuned to our social media pages, including Facebook and Instagram, as well as our website for upcoming announcements and events. We're not quite ready to announce those just yet, but they are coming soon. So I'd also love to thank the creators for sharing their works with us, and for all of you guys for tuning in. This is awesome. I think this is one of the most attended virtual events that we've done so far during this pandemic. So I'm really excited that you're all here. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it back over to Zach.
All right. Thank you, Matt. All right. Well, without further ado, we will get started with our very first, and hopefully not last, originals only open mic, brought to you by Schenectady Light Opera Company. So I would like to introduce Kelsey Jessup, a good friend of mine, and she's going to be reading a poem to start us off. Kelsey.
Hello, everybody. So the first poem I have tonight is one that I wrote last month after kind of closing a door on a big chapter in my life, and it kind of created this metaphor in my mind of a new room that I'm in now that I've closed that door. So yeah, this first poem is called Her New Room. She closes the door and turns away, regarding the new room in which she does stay. How do I decorate the bright white walls? With wisdom she whimsically wonders. Perhaps windows like wonderful waterfalls, light washing in, small shadows it plunders. Now, how about some string lights and some pictures and art? She hangs them, then sights. She still feels something smart. She knows the door behind her is closed, but she senses it there withal. A stark reminder of actions undisclosed and the side effects of heartbroken withdrawal. Hey, it's okay. You've been here before. Go play, seize the day, and dance across the hardwood floor. She speaks kindly to herself. She saves her mind from the spiral, then feeling full of faith and wealth, she finally spots it, and her happy thoughts go viral. A new door, open just a crack, with golden sunshine streaming through. The one she had asked for a few daydreams back, which her essential self knew would come true. Facing the direction that was all along meant for her, and feeling at peace in the present moment. When one door closes, so opens another. What a gift, her new room. What bestowment. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelsey. That was absolutely beautiful. All right, we're going to now go to Judy Clements.
Well, thanks, everybody. My name is Judy Clements, and this is a portion of my musical memoir. Yes, it is. It's just one of those things. Come with me now as I look back over my life. And you'll meet some of the colorful characters in my life. And maybe they'll remind you of some of the people in your life. And along the way, maybe we'll have some laughs. Maybe you'll hear a few songs that will bring back some memories that you might think about and have some laughs with. So, hello and amen. Here's hoping you'll laugh now and then. It'll be great fun. It'll be just one of those things. Da 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 da. Ah, yes, Brooklyn. Brooklyn. That's where it all began. That's where I was born. Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Yes, I was born in one of those brownstones. You know the ones where the walls are so thin that when you sneeze, you sneeze. Yeah, your neighbor, Mr. Feldstein, says, "Gesundheit, sweetheart. Aye, be careful, you shouldn't catch a cold." Yeah. Oh, I was an adorable baby. Well, actually, it's kind of hard to tell if I was an adorable baby because you see, there weren't really any baby pictures of me. You see, first came my sister Carol, and then 3 years later, then I came along. No, actually, 3 years later, my brother came along. And then 3 years later, then I came along. So by the time I came along, well, my parents, they were exhausted, too exhausted to take any pictures of me. To this day, I have no proof that I was actually born. I think they actually bought me in Moe's Corner Deli. I'll take a pound of pastrami, 2 pounds of coleslaw, and a 6-pound baby girl. Then, when I was 2 years old, my parents, they did the Exodus. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, they moved from Brooklyn to Queens, from Queens to Long Island. Why? They wanted a safe place to raise their kid. Long Island, the mecca of safety, with its traffic, its pollution, and its crime. Very safe. Now, my mom, Rosie, she was a stay-at-home mom, trapped in the suburbs because she never learned how to drive a car. So that meant that my sister, my brother, and me, we were stay-at-home kids. We never went anywhere, except school. Oh, we never did anything. My friends, they were going everywhere. They were going skiing and skating and sledding and doing all kinds of sports. Sports? That was as alien to me as pork is to a Jew. Oh, sports. My biggest athletic adventure was playing tiddlywinks while singing the theme to Mighty Mouse. Oh, Mr. Trouble never hangs around when he hears this mighty sound. Here I come to save the day. It means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. Yeah, that was it. Sports. Now, my mother, Rosie, she suffered from a touch of that agoraphobia. You know what that is, the fear of leaving the house. And she was afraid for us to leave the house too. But she had 2 weapons. And the first one layers, layers. She'd wrap us up in so many layers whenever we left the house. No matter what season it was, even in the summer, we were the only kids at the pool in our winter coats. Ma, I can't swim like this. Our second weapon was this phrase. Before I left the house, she'd say to me, Judala, darling. That's what she called me, Judala. Judala, darling, go so you can come back. Go so you can come back? Well, what did she think I was? A boomerang? Go so you can come back? To this day, I don't know if I'm coming or going. My mother was not a good cook. No. She believed in the 3 basic food groups: coffee, cigarettes, and cake. Very nutritious. And her favorite convenience food, rice-a-roni. We ate every kind of rice-a-roni. Beef rice-a-roni, chicken rice-a-roni, lamb rice-a-roni, matzo ball rice-a-roni, rice-a-roni, rice-a-roni. Oh, you remember the rice-a-roni song. Remember? Rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. You know, it wasn't until I went to college that I realized we didn't live in San Francisco. Thanks.
Thank you, Judy. That was wonderful. If you're ever free, you are more than welcome to come narrate my life. So it's a lot more interesting with you behind it. Thank you. All right, next up, I would like to introduce David Libiello. David?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm David Libiello. I'm a modern abstract artist and a poet, and what an absolute pleasure it is to be here. So I've got a short poem to start to share tonight, and this poem is called Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Love, led by honesty, empathy, and openness, leads to openings. A lighter load felt, having a presence in the present, the ability to mark a moment, reflect on it, as another leaf is carried away by the current, and we start all over again. Enlightenment. All right, thank you.
Wonderful, David. Thank you so much. All right, next up, we have Chris White.
Hello, everyone. Chris White here. So I am writing a musical called Revelations, the Musical, and it takes place in the 1930s at one of the great Adirondack camps way up north. And it's really all about questioning your place at a time of great change. I think that's something we all can relate to now, right? And it kind of leaves you wondering these questions about race, race relations, questions about socioeconomic standing. You have the haves and the have-nots. Are you on the cutting edge? Are you on the, are you just going with the flow, or are you getting left behind? And today I'm going to sing a song called Ticket Out on behalf of a character called Shirley. And Shirley is questioning if she should follow the advice of her mother and live the life that's planned for her, or should she save her earnings and buy a one-way ticket to greener pastures? I can hear the voices in my head, drums beating faster every day. Looking for a direction, try to understand, piecing clues together, the life that's planned. From the minute I wake up every morning, proud of the life that I lead, but every car that passes, bringing someone somewhere, wondering where they're going and who they'll meet. Go, Mary, a husband, and dine for the rest of your life. You'll raise children and be merry. Don't overstay your welcome if you can't commit. Break free from the chains that bind all the time, all the fakes. A ticket is all it takes. Sometimes when you struggle, you cannot win. Don't define yourself based on how you fit in. Calls for understanding are silenced by the distance. Keep on pushing forward on the path of resistance. So don't marry no husband. You'll be fine for the rest of your life. Your pathway may seem scary when choices are yours to make. Consequences vary, still you're feeling wary. Break free from the chains that bind all the time, all the breaks. A ticket is all it takes. A ticket out to the rest of your life. A piece of paper, a destination. Travel the world and see what you can. Resign yourself to knowing what's right and what's wrong. Evict those who dare to damn you. They don't belong. And fly, fly away. Sail on a ship. God, row if you have to, and try. This is you. Permanent as changing, always rearranging. Who thought a paper could open up a door to the rest of the world, to the rest of your life? Your train's leaving, get a move on, climb aboard. A ticket is all you need. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. That was amazing. Please don't forget us when you're on Broadway with this. We will all be expecting front row seats. Reviews, the whole nine. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, next up, I'd like to introduce William Petite. I think he'll be reading us a poem as well this evening.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I wanted to take a minute to just pay respects to everybody that's performed so far. Wow, I was not intimidated at first, and here we are now. If you know me, I'd like to encourage you to take a photo, because this is one of the few times you will see me not in a shirt and tie. But otherwise, I am a student and local poet in the area, and I'll be reading a poem that I wrote about, I want to say 5 days ago now, not part of a recent poetry anthology that I published. So I hope you enjoy. My hallway window gets the evening sun. The scratched hardwood stretches rays and absorbs a warmth that melts into my heels. Yellow beams soundproof the walls. I cannot hear the red room to the left. I cannot hear the blue room to the right. No scarlet scolding or glaucous guilting. The marigold sun can hold sounds, and that means it can hold me. Please hold me. I beg you not to set. Please hold me. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Beautiful words as always. So that is our list of performers this evening. However, because we are never without enough material to share with all of you, we'll be doing a second round through. So I'd like to reintroduce my friend Kelsey, who I believe has another poem for us.
Yes, I do. This is very exciting. Thank you. So this second poem that I have is called Self-Talk. And I wrote this poem a few weeks ago after the one I had said before. And so this might need a little more background information, but the past year and fall, especially into this winter, I've been doing a lot of work on my brain and on myself, and really noticing how I talk to myself. And I think a lot of us do this with, you know, anything we're going through in life. It's like that voice in the back of our head that's always, you know, saying maybe some not so nice things. But I'm trying to rework that for me. And so, yeah, I wrote this poem called Self-Talk. Speaking aloud inside of my brain, consciously choosing not to drive myself insane, because I'd rather ride down a road which radiates respect than follow a flow that fakes and flakes to reject. I only ever loved, and I only ever will. And it's not my fault I was shoved to hone and own this precious skill, but I'm thankful for it anyway, because I'd rather live every day. I do not want to strive to survive. I want to taste the honey from the bee's humble hive, because that's what life is all about. Existing free from fear and doubt, favoring opportunity over opting out, the small-scale sweetnesses we comb out. Things in life are happening, not to me, but for me. When staring out at sea, I accept it all worked out to a T. Don't you also agree? There's always good there to see. I'm working to wield my words and walk as I encounter the new door on which I neatly knock, realizing it was never a mental block. I embrace this newfound, wholehearted, and loving self-talk. Thank you guys so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kelsey. Truly inspiring. I'm sure we could all use a brush up and lesson in treating ourselves a little better every now and again, you know? Thank you for that. I'd like to reintroduce Judy back to our wonderful virtual stage.
Thank you. So this show, just one of those things, was a show that I had started doing right before the pandemic. And it was a show that had been under development for a good 2 years. And I had just gotten to the point where I was beginning to get it out to the public. It's about a 60-minute show, a musical memoir, and geared toward an older audience, you know, because it's got so much nostalgia from the 50s, 60s, 70s. And I was taking it around to senior centers and assisted living and senior communities and all that. And I had just done about 5 performances when smack dab, of course, everything got canceled. And it is such a labor of love that I had been fine-tuning and working on for 2 years. And so I am really hoping that once things get back to some sort of normalcy, I can find some other venues to present it to, and it can get back out into the world, because it has really been a part of me. So let's take a look at it again. When last we left, we met Rosie, my mother. Shall we meet my father? Let's do it. My dad was a ballroom dance teacher and a real show-off. His idea of a business suit, anything sparkly and golden. This guy made Liberace look conservative. When he would walk into a room, gay men would come over to him, tap him on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, sir, where do you shop?" I'll tell you, his whole world was dancing. He even talked in dance steps. He explained the birds and the bees to me as if he were teaching the foxtrot. He said to me, "Judy, when you're out on a date with a boy, take it slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. For history, he brought home the biography of Fred Astaire. I mean, I think it was like, I don't know, like 8th grade until I realized that Fred Astaire was not the father of our country. Now, I'll tell you, between the rice-a-roni and the tiddlywinks, I was a chubby kid. And my mother said, don't worry. She said to me, Judela, darling, all New York Jews are chubby. It's in our DNA. DNA stands for Designated Noshing Addicts. But I wouldn't settle for that. I was always on a diet. Always. My mother gave me some very odd dieting advice. She said to me, Judela, darling, never eat anything larger than the size of your own head. I mean, what did you think I was doing? Noshing on bowling balls? Oh, you remember the 60s. There was so much pressure to be skinny like Twiggy and built like a net. Oh, we were taught to hate ourselves if we weren't skinny. It was the skinny girls who got the boyfriends. It was the skinny girls who got to go to prom. Prom. That was, oh, I did everything. I did everything to lose weight. Oh, I even signed up for an exercise class. They sent around a paper and it said, wear loose clothes. I got news for you. If I had any loose clothes, I wouldn't have signed up for an exercise class. Oh, nothing worked. I never got to a prom. It was just one of those things. I kept dreaming about a boyfriend. 'Cause I want a boy to call my own. I want a dream lover, so I don't have to dream alone. No boy, no dates. I needed to find a hidden talent. It certainly wasn't going to be sports. Oh no, I was always picked last on teams. Our ex-Marine gym teacher, Miss Henrietta Reginski, oh, she would have to say, all right, everybody listen up. Somebody's gotta pick Judy for that team or else. Well, I mean, what was the big deal? Just because my dribbling was more like drooling. Is this how you're supposed to do it? Is this good? I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about sports. Is this good? It was just one of those things. I didn't have it in me. But then my saving grace came. Drama club. Yeah. Oh, I knew I'd be good on stage because I was loud. Yeah. In 3rd grade, I was cast in the school play as the cannon because I had a loud voice. Yeah. So I figured I'd be good in drama club. And our drama club teacher, Miss McNamara, she was casting for Annie Get Your Gun. I figured I'd be great in that. And the audition was going great until Miss McNamara walked over to a music stand and she put it up to a very modest height, and then she announced, no girl taller than this can be cast in the role of Annie because our leading man is rather on the short side. So this 5'9" girl never got a chance to sing I'm quick on the trigger with targets not much bigger and a pinpoint of number 1. But my score with a feller is lower than a sailor, but you can't get a man with a gun. No, it's just one of those things. Well, at last, the awkward high school years were over, and I was off to Albany State, far enough from home to feel grown up, but not so far that I couldn't get to my parents soon if I needed their help. Well, like many girls in the 1960s, I was nudged toward one of the 4 ladylike professions. I could be a secretary, I could be a nurse, I could be a mom, or I could be a teacher. Now, my mother thought the pinnacle of success was being a teacher, especially a math teacher. She wanted to be a math teacher so badly. Math? Well, me, I couldn't get 2 + 2 to equal 7. Oh, it doesn't? Oh. Well, but what I did do is major in Spanish education. And I had a teacher whose name was Senora Schmidt. Yeah, Senora Schmidt. Oh, and she said, "You will learn the Spanish or else we have ways to deal with you." Well, after 1 semester of that, I promptly changed my major to English, Speech, and Drama Education. I would be back on stage. Thank you.
Wonderful, Judy. I cannot wait for this pandemic to be over so we can see this show in its entirety. I'm very invested, so I'm very excited. So thank you so much. All right. Up next, reintroduce David. Share some more stuff with us.
All right. Again, just wanted to say, what a pleasure to be here. Very humbling and just such a pleasure, and I'm really grateful tonight. This is a poem called Passing By that I wrote, and I am mesmerized with how fast time goes by. Growing up, I thought my parents were absolutely full of it when they would say, "Oh, wait till you get older, time goes faster." And I was like, no, but my goodness, it goes by. So this is a poem of a time when I was just reflecting on that. And it's called Passing By. Passing by. A never-ending wind. One that moves through your skin, your bones, your soul, every day. Watches, clocks, phones, alarms, digital, analog. Numbers serve as the symbols of time. What is it really? It's undefeated. It never stops and never loses, refuses to even slow amidst the prayers of countless souls for more, for less, to go back, to move forward. It's now that matters. Now is the only thing that ever does, until it's gone. Now is here again, just in case you missed it. All right, that's my last piece. Thank you.
Thank you, David. That was incredible. It always seems we have as much time as we want until it's not, right? I'm personally still stuck in last March, so time is moving very, very quickly. All right, next up we have Chris. Welcome back to our wonderful stage here.
Awesome, thank you, appreciate it. I'm gonna round out tonight with a second song from the same show that I sang from earlier. This song also sung by a woman. This time it's a woman of means. Remember though, it's back in the 1930s at a great camp in the Adirondacks. In this song, she is telling her brother just how she's gonna get the man of her dreams to notice her. I'll put a flower in my hair. There would be no way to compare. A simple act of beauty, now that would be divine. He'll likely want to walk with me and then he would be mine. I'll put a flower in my hair. It is the modern thing to wear. Across the room he'll spot me and everyone will freeze. Our eyes will meet, he'll kiss my hand with, "Will you be mine, please?" Other girls may bat their eyes, but they can get in line. Satin, silk, or lace, who cares? 'Cause girls, this boy is mine. Now some bring wealth and status, sure, but they cannot compete. 'Cause they've no flower in their hair and that makes him complete. So, I'll put a flower in my hair. There is so much for us to share. We'll dance along the shoreline. The lake is so pristine. He'll hold my hand in public. Gosh, it's practically obscene. When I've worn the flower too long and the petals all fall off, all the hoping and the planning, it will really have paid off. When that perfect day arrives and he drops down on one knee, he'll look deep into my eyes and say, "Will you marry me?" Yes! I'll put a flower in my hair. Oh, under my veil, they'll say we make the perfect pair. And then some 9 months later, to mark our unity, there's us pushing a carriage and the 2 has turned to 3. Uh-oh, wait again. We'll put a flower in her hair. From near and far, they'll stop and stare. And when she grows up, she'll be wed right to the perfect man. Happy ever after, all according to the plan. All due to that flower in her hair. Thank you.
Absolutely incredible, Chris. Thank you so much. Very excited to hear more and more. So please join us next time, because hopefully we'll be able to do the whole show and maybe like for free, right? Because we don't have to, it'll be great. All right, next up, and to round out our show this evening, we have William Petite.
Hello again, everybody. Well, to wind things down, I'd like to read a poem from my recent poetry anthology, The Rain as It Knows Us, available across different platforms in the Capital Region. The poem I'm going to read is particularly sensitive to me. Anybody that knows me and the poetry that I write about knows that I'm particularly concerned about certain topics that hit home for me. Blue-collar work, intergenerational poverty, toxic masculinity, and a lot of it boils down to being a black sheep in the family, being promoted to pursue higher education, being promoted to break the barriers that family members before you couldn't. And I don't know if that resonates with anybody here tonight. I'm sure it absolutely does. But I hope you can sit back and enjoy the final piece tonight and take something away from it, because that's why most of us write poetry in the first place. So the poem's titled Self-Deserted. So thank you. Behold, it is I, son of the explorer, bred to survive, raised to get by. No knives, no ropes, only a pen and some willpower. Look upon me now, the fire he made from stones and twigs I now foster in my heart, warmth in the coldest of my own wilderness. I inherited his trees, I adopted His storms, I catch fish with his line, but burn them on a fire built too bright and burning too hot. Some say I'm on my way out, and others remind me of all the times I chose to stay and used my oars as firewood, and I jumped from a plane that was never really crashing. But these trees are my home, and the fire is my company. I'm not so sure that if it goes out, I'll be able to light it again. Thank you.
Thanks, Will. The book you mentioned, as selfless, I guess. I don't know the right word. I illustrated it, so please definitely check that out. It would mean the world to us. We spent a lot of time on it, but I'm proud of you, brother. You did a great job. Dad would be very proud of you. So we're here, we're doing it. But that is the end of our show this evening. Thank you, everyone who has joined us. To echo what Matt had said at the beginning, this is more than we ever could have imagined in terms of turnout. We're incredibly thrilled to see what the world has in store for all of our performers. Hopefully they come back next time we do another one of these open mics. We wish everyone the best. Please, again, keep tabs with us at SLOC on our social media pages. We're going to hope to have some more content coming your way soon. And if you have friends or family who missed this tonight, we've recorded everything. So we'll be editing it all together and we'll be posting up on our social media pages. So thank you again to Chris, Judy, David, Will, Kelsey. You guys were fantastic. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening and, stay safe, stay healthy. The weather's nice. So hopefully we all can get some sunshine. And I know that does me a good deal of good. So I hope it does for you as well. So have a great night, everyone. Julie, Matt, if there's any closing remarks that anyone wants to throw in before we all head out, please do so. But otherwise, thank you again, everyone, and we'll hopefully see you all soon.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Hope everyone has a great evening and a great week.